Hey lovers, welcome to Sacred Soulmates. I am your goddess Euphoria. Over here we celebrate divine connections, divine unions, sacred soulmate unions, and all of that good stuff starts with a sacred union within yourself. Harmony amongst your masculine and your feminine energies within. Only then can any of that be reflected outside of you, whatever your sexual preference may be. Until it's actually within you, it ain't gonna show up outside of you. You may get close, but you're gonna keep getting those broke down refractions of what a soulmate would actually be until you actually become your own soulmate. Then that can be reflected outside of you. Got it? You with a winner, so baby, you can't lose. I got secrets, can't leave Cancun. Hot in here just like fell on my spirit as soon as like I had laid the cards out or whatever. And for the first time, we got two crowning. That two is balance. But if these are not balanced, then it's gonna be imbalance. And this is insecurity. This would be imbalance. Faith would be the balance. But see, when they come out together, it's something about somebody's belief system. It's something about your beliefs that are stopping you from getting where you need to be in terms of your connections. It's it's like stopping things from coming to you because there's that blockage within. And you'll continue to see blockages outside of yourself because there's a blockage within. That's at the crown. And this purple here is third eye. So it's like you're only seeing what you believe in. If you believe it, then you see it. If one can conceive it, one can achieve it, and all of that good shit. But the root here is insecurity. So it's like what you're seeing, I'm getting the energy of somebody's belief system or like programming. What you're feeding your mind, what you're intaking, what you're feeding your spirit, and even subconsciously, what you're feeding yourself, the things that you're telling yourself, they're causing you to be in a state of like feeling imbalanced or feeling insecure, whether insecure with your image or insecure within a relationship, insecure with your station in life. Whatever it is like somebody is like locked up. And a lot of it has to do with what they feed themselves, what they tell themselves, what they've rehearsed over and over in their mind, because at some point it just becomes autopilot. If you're just drifting through life, the book, was it Conversation with the Devil or something like that? Outwitting the Devil. That's it. The book Outwitting the Devil came to me. That's one of the best books ever. Everybody be talking about Think and Grow Rich and the Four Agreements and all this other shit. People who just start reading when they become adults, they be annoying as hell, don't they? Yeah, you gotta get into these books. You watching all that movie and that rapping, but about these books. And pipe down. Those of us who used to be in the library at like 6, 7 years old, like asking the teacher, can we go to the library and check out our own books and shit? Those of us who was reading books on etiquette in like the third grade, like pipe down with all of that. But I digress. It's outwitting the devil. It's like so many people just drift through life. You don't ever enforce your own intention on anything. So you just go along to get along. You end up in a lot of resentment. You let all of your youth pass you by, and before you know it, you this old bitter woman, old bitter man, talking shit about these young girls can't cook and nah, nah, nah. Or old bitter woman, and I don't need no man. Jesus is my man. All that bullshit. Like you trying to convince yourself that you happy, knowing that you're not. But people outside of you can tell whether you're happy or not. Like it's just on you. If it ain't in you, it's gonna be on you. People can just tell if you really are balanced within. And it's something about somebody's relationships just have not been working out the way that they want to. It's like you could try all you want to be about, positive manifestation, and you may be frustrated with a lot of readers telling you about something, somebody's coming back, or there's this new love coming into your life, and you're like, nah, fooey. Like you just don't believe in it no more. You don't have that faith in love. Do you believe in life after love? And a lot of people just believe in drifting after they've been in a couple relationships and they didn't work, and it's just like now you just drifting through life, either blocking yourself off altogether or kind of like in a state of desperation. And either blocking yourself off or being in a state of desperation, both of those are different states of imbalance. But again, like with this third eye chakra here, which is, just like this, faith, and then we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is like structured, belief systems, church, coaches, people doing all the level up groups and shit like that. You following behind Sprinkle Sprinkle, or you going to the Pink Pill and listening to them down talk women all day, for male approval, or it's so much nonsense out here. But really, just good old common sense and decency will get you where you need to be in life. A lot of this reading is talking about coming away from it, because at the root, I'm just going to go ahead and skip down to the root, is the Eight of Knives. The person in the mirror is the only one that can really hold you back from anything. If you don't make certain decisions without worrying about, well, I have to do this because, I was raised in the church and this is what women do. Well, what the church raised you to do, raised a bunch of bitter women, or women that have simp husbands. The only reason why she has a man is because she walk all over him. He don't hardly say nothing. Job ain't worth a damn. I got an auntie who she talk about her husband piece of job. She say, my husband got him a little piece of job. Like, how that make a man feel for your wife to be saying, like, you got a little piece of job? Like, you don't feel insignificant? I don't know. I stay out folks' business. But stuff like that. It's just, a lot of it be stuff that you inherited. Like, I'm getting somebody is with all this pink on. It could be somebody who is of that pink pill shit, and I'm into hypergamy. I think that's what it is, hypergamy. Yeah, I need today a man of such and such means of blase blase or whatever. But are you even of that? Are you from the backwoods and you still wear flats everywhere you go? You ain't even got no decent heels. Talking about you want a 6-figure CEO or some shit. Like, what? What you talking about? What? Like, a lot of common sense and just decency would get people so much further than going to these imbalanced extremes of what they think relationships should be, based off of what underachievers have told them, or based off of some book that they've read. If it ain't outwitting the devil, it's bullshit. I'm sorry. Y'all forgive my kind of like playful demeanor with this, because I've been there before. But once you transcend it, you get to a point where you don't allow nobody to just be walking in and out of your life. Like real Denzel, like, I'm leaving out of here with something. Denzel is a Capricorn. We'll hop off in there real quick. Capricorn is my most prominent energy. I have a Capricorn stellium, or a 10th house stellium, in my birth chart. Who you finna run over? Who you finna play with? Who heart you finna break? I wasn't all that much in love in the first place. So who you think you finna get over? Like, what? I wasn't going for the bullshit lines in the first place. So who you think you tricking? Trick you. You come over here trying to manipulate anything, I'm gonna turn you into an easy lick. And that's just how you gotta be in this world. Like, but the problem is people don't respect code. When we talk about the Hierophant, especially in the third eye position, when we go into spiritual matters, and having a soulmate is a spiritual thing. Like, you can't get into a soulmate connection until you have that balance within yourself. That's just what it is. I don't care how long you've been married. Y'all can fight like cats and dogs. It be some women who be so relieved when they bury their first husband. They be happy to get that insurance check and go run off onto some cruise and find their next man. So it don't matter how long you've been married, but that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, it be different institutions. It's programming that cause people to put their lives on hold for years, decades. Whose name? And again, I tell y'all, when I call out these celebrities and stuff like that, it's not because I just be watching what they do. They put their business into general, the general database. they make it collectively known what be going on with them. Like Janae and Big Sean. Like, that's a whole decade of your life and an extra baby. Conditioning. A lot of this shit start in people's foundation. And sometimes people just be so unaware, just drifting through life on autopilot, that you don't even realize that all of this conditioning is what keeps playing out in your relationships. It keeps playing out in your life. You keep getting into these situations where, you know, because you've been taught that a woman is supposed to be quiet, and a woman should not be in the pulpit, and a woman should, submit, and all of this other stuff. Don't nobody say nothing about where it say the man is supposed to yield to his wife too. But a woman supposed to do this, a woman supposed to do that. Your skirt's supposed to be below the knees, and you keep that nickel between your knees until marriage, and all of this other bullshit. And ain't nobody thinking about like how this person feels on the inside. You have to think about that yourself. Because if you just leaning on faith to get you where you need to be, you ain't never gonna be in a relationship that actually fulfills you. You're gonna always be unfulfilled because you're waiting on somebody else to fill you instead of having a connection to your own higher power, instead of embodying that energy of the Most High or that energy of God within yourself. In the throat chakra position, we have the Four of Wands. And it's like, somebody be heavy lifting. I'm gonna just say it like that. Like, I don't, whether it's you or it's the cross watcher, somebody is a lot to deal with, because they looking in the mirror, and they seeing this front side of themselves in the mirror, and they like, well, I'm a good catch, I'm a good woman, I'm a good man, but you got all these knives and shit in your back. But you keep going around people that's gonna stab you in your back. You keep listening to people who are stabbing you in your back. But you don't want to acknowledge that you damaged. You don't want to acknowledge that you hurting. So you still trying to present yourself as, well, I'm a good person and I'm a good man and da-da-da. When really you a lot of baggage, you a lot to hold up. And like people can hear it. How I said, like, if it ain't in you, it's on you. If healing is not in you, then the need to heal is going to be on you. Like people can hear it in how you speak. People can hear it in how you interact with others. They can hear it or see it in your body language. Like, again, you'll either be closed off or you're going to be desperate. You won't be somebody who stand on business for yourself. With this Hierophant and with this Four of Wands card, it's like somebody who is like, okay, you come over here, you're going to act like you got some get right. It's old school. Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, or watch your conduct around me. Like, conduct yourself like you got some sense in my presence. And when you have that energy, you do become more high value. A lot of people talk about high value salaries, and it's men out here who think that they high value just because they above 6 feet. Y'all, I don't make this shit up. It's people out here who think that they're high value. It's men out here who think they're high value because they like 6'4". I come from a family where all the men are like over 6'4". That's a general day. It's a usual day for me. And there's people out here who think they special because they're over 6'4". Or think that they're high value. It's women who think they high value because they light skin. Damn all them pimples and zits and pus bumps and blackheads all over their face, and all that proactive commercial bullshit on the side of their cheeks. Damn all them chin hairs. They just think that just because they light skin, it means something. It's girls who got long hair, shit stringy as hell. Leave pieces all over the shower, clogging up pipes and sinks all over the vicinity. But because it's long, it ain't full, it's thin as fuck. You can see they scalp. When they wear a ponytail, you can see they scalp in the middle with the ponytail in. But because it's long, it's the type of shit I be talking about. It be programming. But all the things that people are taught to present to others, it don't be authentic. That's why I always say authenticity is a higher vibration than love. Because when people talk about love, most of the time it'd be a skewed definition anyway. It'd be like that Hallmark type shit. Or, it's confused with loyalty. People want to confuse love and loyalty. Like, no matter what a person do to me, I'm going to stick by their side. That's not love. It's loyalty, but it's stupid. All of these things cause the insecurity because it's stuff that people believe in. And until you can be authentic with yourself and look yourself straight in the eye, which is self-love. If you can't be authentic, you don't love yourself. If you can't look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself exactly what you need to hear to heal yourself. If you need somebody else to tell you something about you, and you've been living with you 24/7, 365 from the day you was born, you need somebody else to look at you and tell you how to heal. You're not authentic. You sit around and lie to yourself a lot. And then you wonder why you can't find a relationship. Now it's every other man's fault. Now it's every other woman's fault. Now every reader is a liar. You're a liar. You be seeing them people crashing out in the comments. All of y'all readers talk about the same thing, but it ain't no good people out here. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, why? Whoa. You need to go unleash like that in the mirror on yourself, because it's you that's the root of the issue. I don't mean to be hard at all, but it's like somebody got a lot of work to do with the 3 of coins coming up underneath this 8 of knives. Somebody got a lot of inner work to do before they can even think about trying to put some standards on somebody else. Before you even eat 4 of baskets, before you can even think about trying to be picky and trying to, boast about having options. And, well, I'm a good catch. I'm a high value this. I'm a high value that. You need to go stand in that damn mirror and address all of that healing, all that bleeding you doing out your back. Because ain't nobody around here finna be cleaning up after you. Ain't nobody cleaning up after the insecurity trail that you leaving behind. All because of your beliefs, what you have faith in. And that's another thing too. Like, even when it comes to faith, I like to deal with knowing. I don't even move off of faith these days. I like to move off of knowing. We moving out of the age of Pisces, which is about beliefs and faith. And beliefs and faith often have to do with escapism. We move into the age of Aquarius, where we coming out of them temples and we actually got our feet on solid ground. We move with balance and we move with alignment. And keep it funky with ourselves. This is in the heart position, that 4 of coins. It's like, really, if you need to take some time to just sit by yourself and be to yourself and get out of the dating game and get yourself together, do that. Like, you're not missing nothing, trust me. This is probably the best time ever to just excuse yourself from the dating game altogether. Go sit down somewhere behind closed doors and do that work. This is probably the best time, because it ain't shit outside no way. And it's getting dark earlier now, and it's getting cold around this bitch. Man, get your ass in the house. Get under a blanket somewhere. Sip you some hot tea, some hot cocoa, some coffee, and journal. Why you trying to be out in folks' face anyway? It's too cold for your skirt to be that short anyway. What you doing? It's like people don't be having no type of like personal constitution, but you want everybody else to look at you and uplift you. But it ain't nothing about yourself that you can actually lift up. It's like that codependency. That's where insecurity comes from, because you're looking for somebody to lift you up. You're looking for somebody to do the heavy lifting for you because you're insecure about doing it yourself. That insecurity is heavy. It's heavy. I'm getting the energy of somebody telling another person like it's just too much. Like you doing too much, or it's too heavy. You got so heavy, baby. And I don't think it's about weight. It could be. Bodily issues could be coming up too. Especially when, there are certain men who think that every woman should be this figure, fit and feminine. How about you get money and be masculine? With the Empress here, it is something about somebody may have some body issues that they may be tending to, or finding themselves insecure, or you feel like that's a reason why you can't find a good man, or some man feel like he ain't tall enough to find a good woman because he believing in that I'm 6'4", so I'm high value bullshit. And it's not the case. Like, you having trouble finding somebody, you having trouble attracting people because it's something within you that's imbalanced. And people can see that shit on you. They can smell it on you. Just like when somebody is happy and healed and whole, you can step off in the building and everybody in that building feel your presence. And it's going to be a lot of leeches that come running your way. But people who are whole and healed, they know how to just say no. They know how to hold themselves. Real high value people know how to be in the house. Real high value people know how to stay tucked. Real high value people don't really even have these kind of conversations about being high value. The only reason I'm talking like this is because this is what's coming up. I don't walk around all the time. I'm a high value woman. That sounds crazy to me. Because it's supposed to be, like I said, if it's in you, then you can't help but feel it. If it's in you, you can't help but be reflected. And with this Empress, that's abundance. You're the type of person who would do more blocking and do more turning men down than accepting them. If you somebody who you always got a new man and it's always switching up and you hopping in and out of relationships, That's a sign that you have a lot of insecurity. I don't give a damn who it is, from celebrity down to your next door neighbor. When you see a woman who always got a man and, you know, always jumping from one man to the next, it ain't divorced the first one but already pregnant with the next one, baby, that's an unhealed person. That's an insecure person. I don't give a damn who you think that's shade to. That's just truth. People who have some real value about themselves, they lay low for a minute. They sit down for a while. They allow themselves time to heal before they rush into something. And again, that's that energy of like too much. Like either somebody telling somebody that they doing too much, or you done rushed in too quickly into a situation with somebody, and now it's like they getting cold feet. I hope it ain't no baby. You rush too quickly into a baby with somebody, and now they getting cold feet. But that's what people do, because programming taught to believe that if you don't have a new man, the best way to get under a old man is to get under a new one. All of this just be beliefs and shit that people be taught is passed down. Shit they didn't heard from their aunties, shit they didn't heard from their uncles, shit they hear from their grandpa, from the OGs at the family reunion, shit they hear in church. And all of it really just be like imbalanced. You worried about what another person think instead of like doing the work and finding out who you are within yourself. So now you just out here manifesting haphazardly, letting any old thing into your sacred temple, or putting your sacred temple in any old situation. Just depends on your gender. Whereas those who do the healing, you have options. You get to pick and choose what you want. And if you see somebody getting over on you, if you real deep in that alchemy, you know how to get what you want out of them and get on out the picture before they even realize that they've been taken, before they even realize they've been stripped. 5 of coins. It's the stripping. The sacral. So you gonna be the one who gets stripped, or you gonna do the stripping? Because when it's the energy of insecurity based on you just blindly following, drifting through life with what you've been told to do, somebody getting stripped. So who is gonna be? It's gonna be you doing it, or it's gonna be you taking something off the other person. And if you taking something off the other person, like if you one of them women who, oh well, I've been hurt, so I'm just gonna dog every dude now. Oh, please believe you gearing yourself up to go into a situation where you get your feelings hurt. Your heart finna be broken in a real bad way. Because first off, when people are in that insecure energy, you see this demonic attachment over here, this devilish behavior over here to the side. When people have their heart broken, you play with somebody's heart thinking, okay, well, my heart been broken, so I'm going to go mess with this innocent man who ain't did nothing to nobody. Now you on the news, you done been shot in the head by your boyfriend. Y'all see it all the time. Yes, it's grim, but it's real. It happens every day. The leading cause of women's death is not fucking heart attacks and shit. It's not death during, birth, giving birth. It's not that. It's playing with a man damn feelings. Especially if you do something like create a demonic attachment with faith here. Some people's customs and cultures include doing witchcraft to make somebody fall in love with you. Now you wondering why he going upside your head. Now you wondering why he busting down your door. Now you wondering why you in a headlock and shit getting dark, you can't breathe. It be customs. People be taught to do this stuff like this, and you end up manifesting losses. You lose, he lose, both of y'all lose your life, the kids lose a stable home, just a bunch of loss. Stuff that didn't even have to happen with the 5 of coins. Nobody had to be stripped if everybody just come to the table already healed. If everybody just look in the mirror at themselves and stop talking about, what value they have. And if you would just have some type of fucking honor about yourself, have some type of discipline, like know how to reject a man just because they ask you out. And, well, I'm just going to go out with him because, he paying for the meal. And now he got some type of attachment to you and he done spent money on you and he think you owe him something. Now you got to fight to get out the car and shit. Have some honor about yourself. If you know that he's not my type, I don't even like how this man talking. He late to come pick me up. Just send him a text mate. Don't even worry about it. Or don't have them come into your house in the first place. Try not to tell people where you stay at, because that's like a sign of desperation. Or if you have somebody who going out their way to figure out where you live at, and you ain't offered nothing about your address to them, somebody could have the situation happening to them. That's a sign of desperation. It's a sign of insecurity. Somebody coming on too quick. First, exchange of text messages, they talking about, I could love you and I could be a good man and all this stuff. I don't even know you. You don't even know my middle name. You don't know my last name. Like, what we talking about? It'd be insecurity. And a lot of it do have to do with, that people having faith in shit that they've been taught. And these days, people don't even be getting it from the church no more. It's a whole new generation. They be getting everything off social media and podcasts. That's the crazy part. It ain't even like nothing that they was taught by tradition. If it was tradition and it's messed up, okay. But it ain't even tradition. You just fully investing all of your faith and belief in some nigga sitting around with a microphone. And you believe in it. You hanging on everything they say. Just because they got a microphone in their face. Sitting on a couch. On a set that they don't own. They rented this building out. So they better speed the conversation up before they run over the rental time. And that's who you trust in it. Shit, at least the pastor own the building. The building fund might be low. Them pews might be crickety as hell. And the roof might drip. But at least they own the building. Motherfuckers don't even own the place where they set up and do their podcast at. And you got all your faith in them. You watching somebody, on YouTube telling you about femininity and, all these girls and how you should wash your vagina and stuff like that and how to get a good man and hypergamy. And her husband don't even like her. It's just cheaper to keep her. Y'all, I don't know how many different ways I can describe this energy. But maybe I'm just hoping, in my heart of hearts that it's getting through to somebody. Because some folks do be like, brick walls out here. They don't want to hear nothing about themselves. Heart closed off. They think it's everybody else's fault. They think that everybody should, you need to drop and give me what I want because I'm a good person. And that's just not how life works. Now, if you're doing your best and you really are forthcoming and you trying to create and, you in this Empress energy, you truly are sharing, of your wisdom and you really have bright and light intentions for a person and they come with them games and stuff, you have every right to go ahead and take whatever you want to take off that person. You have every right. Do what you must. And I mean it just like that. You see this Empress, that Empress card always remind me, got that moon, got that full moon right there where that solar plexus is at. That mean in the light and in the dark, she gonna have her way. So you gonna treat me right out in public, or when I get behind closed doors with this 4 of coins, I'm gonna do whatever work of my hands I need to do to fix you for thinking that you finna hurt me or put me down in any way. I'm gonna be honored in both the light and the dark because I honor myself. But then, people are taught that, that's bad and you shouldn't do that. And, witchcraft is bad. And no, putting love spells on people to make people fall in love, that's bad. You fucking with affairs of the heart. Protecting yourself from somebody who think that you a silly bitch or somebody who thinking they finna run off on the plug or something like that on you. You know how people be these days. They be excited about being shisty. They be proud about being lowlifes. Oh, okay. I'll teach your ass. But this is somebody who knows who they are. That Empress knows who they are on a soul level. This is a fully awakened woman, fully awakened feminine. So I'm talking to a fully awakened feminine. Or one that's like, you teeter-tottering. You may have 1 foot in the church, 1 foot in that voodoo book. You better pick a side. The one that aligns with you. If you don't really align with this, the church mother in the hat, and I'm always good. If you don't align with that, stop trying to be it. Just because somebody taught you that that's what gets women married. Men fall in love with Erykah Badu on first glance. They look into her eyes one time and they be changed for life. Like, let's, I'm pretty sure if she wanted to have been married by now, she would have. I'm not even sure she believed in marriage. Just stop looking to other people to hold you up. Stop looking for another person's doctrine to fulfill you. And then you drifting through life just believing what worked for one person is supposed to work for you too. Or even worse, what never worked for any of those people that believe in this, you believe is supposed to work for you. You think you're the exception to this rule? It didn't even work for the people. The pastor not even happy in their marriage. The first lady cheating. Uh, Adam and Eve couldn't be true to each other. Phil Miles saying, "You was my main Roni." I'm gonna put that in the energetic playlist. If you ain't never heard it, you got to hear that. So all that falling in love, that shit don't work. It'll never work. And Adam and Eve couldn't even be true to each other. So how you think me in another bit? And I feel like somebody is really in this energy of like, you just don't feel like nothing is gonna work. Like it's just not gonna happen. And 9 times out of 10, it's because you still conducting yourself by somebody else's doctrine. You don't even know who you are fully. So if you're not even your own best friend, you're not even authentic with yourself, how you think somebody else gonna be manifested into your 3D that's gonna be authentic with you? You think somebody supposed to just come along and love you more than they love themselves? It's not gonna happen. So you're gonna keep attracting those people who take. That's why you can't find nothing but gold diggers. Cause really, you the energetic gold digger. It take a lot to hold your heavy ass up. It take a lot to deal with you. You got a lot hidden. Your heart, you locked away a lot of stuff in your heart. You ain't trying to do no healing. So you walking around insecure as hell. But your faith, your beliefs make you think that you a good person who deserves to be, you know, in a solid, stable marriage. You think that you and somebody else is supposed to be some type of couple goals. Or that's what you're looking toward. You looking at some type of weird example of couple goals. You're looking at like Moneybag and Arie or some shit. That's couple goals. The fuck? Huh. Looking at celebrities, period. Because it's that podcast and that celebrity thing just keep coming up. Is like, this is a generation where a lot of people look to people like that and they want, or love in hip hop, they want to be the next Rashida and Kirk, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Because they don't want to look in the mirror. They want to look like somebody else. When they look in the mirror, they see somebody else. They don't see somebody who been stabbed in the back 8 times, who bleeding all over the place. You in the comments of the readers' channels bleeding all over the place. You in the comments on social media bleeding all over the place. On TikTok bleeding all over the place. In the club bleeding all over the place. Just blood everywhere. Insecure. But still some type of imbalanced belief that you are a good choice. That you're like a good pick. That you're like marriage material. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry that it's coming off harsh. But, you know, it's the Hierophant first and foremost. The Hierophant. I'm talking about the Hierophant. It's the Hierophant. And the Hierophant not finna mince words with you. The Hierophant is like a coach, a spiritual coach. If you want to get some coaching, get some spiritual coaching. Stop worrying about dating. Just completely hold off on dating until you can get in alignment within yourself. Until you can get in alignment with your own heart. Because it's like right now, somebody don't even know what kind of heart they have. You don't know the status of your own heart. You don't know when you in good energy or bad energy. You don't know if you coming or going. You don't know if you light or dark. Because even when you're trying to be light, you're trying to be light. It's like it don't even come natural to you. That dark side becoming natural to you though. Because you got a lot of resentment in your heart. But you don't want to believe that you're dark though. It's like, no, I can't have a good heart. I can't have a dark heart. I used to be such a sweet and loving person. But you were a people pleaser because of shit that you were taught. So you never really were a good person. And it can get tricky. It can get tricky. And when you in that state of like imbalanced in the crown chakra or in the third eye, it's like you seeing stuff from a certain perspective and you got a warped view of what you're seeing. You keep encountering like these karmic twin flames because really you are the karmic. You're your own karmic. And you stopping yourself from being in alignment with any type of order, with any type of righteousness. That's crazy. That's deep. It's just people need to find their own authority. Like you can't just always look for somebody to, or be begging. I'm getting like a begging energy. You can't always be in that begging energy, like wanting somebody to hold you up. At some point, you got to be able to walk for yourself. You got to be able to just do without, or you're gonna always be like an easy lick for somebody else. That desperation is like, ooh, users love it. They can smell that shit from a mile away when you're desperate, and they will feed on it. And they're gonna start early and they're gonna start often with the playing mind games and shit like that, trying to basically train you to be like submissive and subservient is a better word, subservient to them. Any type of abundance in any type of light that you do have, they will drain it all out because you just allow it to be drained. You just allow somebody to stick their little straw in you or stick something else and drain all your little power out of you because you don't want to face the fact of like the condition of your heart. You really don't want to like deal with your true heart posture. You just want to believe you're a good person. You want to believe you're a good catch. But don't really have no decency and don't really have no order about yourself. Don't really follow no spiritual code. I'm getting like city ordinances. You might be some police may be having to get called out to your house and connections and shit like that. Like breaking city ordinances, breaking actual laws, or not conducting code of conduct, not meeting dress code. Somebody, you may be in connections with men that try to put dress codes on you, or a woman trying to put a dress code on you, or a woman telling you that you're not her type because you wear a certain type of, maybe because you be in uniform at work and she likes suit and ties and shit like that. It's like it's a bunch of silliness. It's a bunch of nonsense that's all based in insecurity, and insecure people having such like concrete beliefs is like talking to a brick wall. They won't do no inner work, and then they wonder why this shit keep coming to them outside of themselves. Why they keep ending up in the same. Both of these have these cycles. You see that both of the moon cycles on the Hierophant and the Empress is like somebody just the only abundance that they really have is a guaranteed karmic loop. They have an abundance of karmic loops in their lives, and the more karmic loops they go through, the more youthfulness they lose, the more vibrance they're losing. The older they're getting, the less, the more out of trend, the more out of the loop, the more out of touch, the less attractive. You've gone longer and longer and longer without anybody showing any interest in you because you're just allowing all of your vitality to be drained. The desperation is just, you ain't attracting nothing but leeches, nothing but users. And that could be in the dating world or right there in your own family. No inner work being done. None at all. No accountability being taken. None. Just out here bleeding all over the place. Ugh. This is heavy. Let's see if there's anything else that's coming to me before I wrap this up. I'm getting the energy of something. The only thing that somebody was like having a decent time at in life was like getting money, and even that starting to dry up now. Because it's like when you have this money in your face, like you're not doing no work. As long as the money coming, you thinking you good. Or a lot of people finna start going through that. A lot of these like hot shots, high value people, you finna start seeing that they were never really that high value. They never really had it the way they made themselves seem like they had it. It's like somebody been kind of like trying to stunt, or living above their means. That's what I'm getting, like somebody living above their means. But these things are starting to reveal themselves, because like I said, if it really ain't inside you, it's only a matter of time before you're gonna be exposed. Yeah, spiritual law is, energy is the new metric. It's the new highest metric. That's what Kendrick called it. The highest, you up the highest metric. And the highest metric is energy, the frequency. And if you really ain't living that, if your heart really ain't full like that, if you really not abundant in spirit, this shit's starting to fall for people. You seeing it every day. You know, look what happened when they took food stamps away. All of a sudden, y'all gonna cancel Christmas? Like, so y'all was bullshitting is what you was doing. All of y'all acting like you just had it all together like that. You was bullshitting is what you was doing. And it's only gonna get worse. Like some people, they was in positions, they had certain jobs, and that made them feel like they were high value. You see all these companies with all these layoffs and shit happening. I'm talking about up in the C-suite too. It's CEOs and it's people up in marketing and legal being replaced by AI. Like, ain't nobody really safe out here. If your self-worth comes from somebody else's validation, from somebody else's programming, if somebody else had to hold you up all of this time and that was the only way you could call yourself high value, all of that shit falling. The only thing that's high value are high frequency beings. People who know how to always keep themselves balanced. People who don't struggle with insecurity based on them just blindly trusting in another person to hold them up. People who they'll make you insecure by how quick they'll leave you in the dust. You thought you was high value and you got blocked real quick. You thought you was like, the finest thing in the room, and you just got curved real bad. I seen that video of that NFL player dude when the girl was trying to like hug him all in camera, and he gave her one of them church pats and kept it moving. These men out here becoming disciplined. They don't care about no looks or no BBL. As a matter of fact, the bigger the ass, the faster they'll walk away from you, because that's not even a look that they want to have on their arm these days. And your hips don't match your thighs. Women having more discipline about themselves, not caring how much money you make, not caring how tall you are, not caring about you flashing no money. Because if you ain't breaking bread with me, I don't care how much you got in your pocket. You ain't sharing it. So what the fuck they got to do with me? Women getting their code together, getting their mind right. People starting to realize what works for them, because they realizing, if I don't do this healing myself, ain't nobody else gonna do it. And if you are of that persuasion where you'd rather just spend this time figuring out your own hobbies, sitting in the silence with yourself and learning how to unlock your own treasures. She got a little necklace behind her now. Whoever this is in this card, she's starting to do some of that work. And you ain't even got to be perfect. Energy is not like that. It's not like these so-called high value, people who look good on paper, who I got to have this, that, and this. She got to be fit and feminine and fun and then and agreeable and all this other shit. When it comes to like frequency, if you are authentic and you truly loving yourself, that's the unlocking of your vault. You are now in alignment. You ain't got to be perfect. The person who will come along and who will aid you on that journey, because you're telling the universe that, yeah, I'm doing the work now. I'm sitting in the driver's seat. I'm not just believing in somebody else's, doctrine or somebody else's beliefs or, programming from shit that was passed down or from tradition. I'm not just blindly going with that. I'm actually stirring my vessel. I'm actually the one manifesting here, and I'm doing it with a sense of purpose, and I'm doing it with discipline and with the code. That's reprogramming your whole reality. Now you can get some stability here. This insecurity can step behind the faith, because now your beliefs are rooted in, if I'm unstable, I'm getting up out of there. I won't even be around long enough to hear what you're talking about if I don't feel comfortable, because I choose me first. When these come together and become one, when you get that balance within yourself, by realizing that you don't have to sit around and be insecure with nobody, or you don't have to sit around and try to prove your worth to nobody. You let people come to you. You let people pursue you, if that's what you want. Or if you're a man and you like the chase, you figure out who you pursue, who actually reciprocates. Don't have you out here, I make these niggas chase and da. It's somebody who you show them interest and they're showing you interest back. She not playing games and stuff. She not, tit for tat. You at the gym when you get a text message, and however long it took you to respond, now she take that long to respond to. Like, it's a lot of grown folks business in the building. It's a lot of grown folks building in the business tonight. A lot of grown folks business in the building tonight. Okay. My words getting fucked up like that. That mean I need to go ahead and shut up. Take a hint. See y'all next one.